Welcome back. Now, before we can play this Kahoot with our students, we have to do a few things to finish it off. The first thing we're going to do is come up to the very top and click Enter Kahoot Title. In the Kahoot summary, notice that we can provide a title for our quiz. We can add in a description if we want to, and we can choose where this quiz is saved in our Kahoot account. I'm simply going to save it to my folders. I can change my cover image. I can change the language. And I can change the visibility. So right now it's set to public. That means that right now anyone with a Kahoot account could search and find this quiz. Notice that we could also make it unlisted so that it's only accessible by a direct link, or make it private so that it is only available to people that we share it with. I'm going to change it to private. And finally, we can change the lobby music and choose from a wide variety of instrumental music to play while waiting in the Kahoot lobby. I'm going to leave it set to Kahoot Pick, and now I'll click Done. Finally, we're going to click Save in the top right corner. Notice that you can test the Kahoot, play it now, or share it with others. Let's click Done, and that will exit out of the quiz editor and take us back to our library where we will see all of the Kahoots that we've created. We can launch this quiz from our library, or we can go back to Home, and we will see our Kahoots that we've created here in the top right corner. We can select a Kahoot that we want to play with our class. I'm going to select this grade 3 Alberta Rocks and Minerals quiz that I've created with 10 questions. I simply click on it to open the teacher view of the Kahoot. Now notice that I can do one of two things. I can start this to play it live with my students, or I can assign it. If I click Assign, this allows me to create the Kahoot as an assignment. I can set a due date for the assignment, let's say June 24th at 12 p.m. I can leave the question timer on. I can randomize the answer order, and I can turn on the nickname generator. The nickname generator ensures that students are not choosing inappropriate nicknames in the game. Notice that I would then go ahead and click Create. And this is now an assignment. I would invite my players by sharing this URL or the game pin. And players would be able to join the Kahoot up until the deadline. But what if I want to play the Kahoot right now with my class? Well, let's go back to either Home or Library and click on that Kahoot again. And this time we'll click Start. I have two choices for how the game could be played. We could play Classic mode, which is an individual student with an individual device, or students could play in Team mode. With Team mode, teams could play on personal devices. Please note that in the basic or free version of Kahoot, you can have up to 5 teams, or you could have teams play on shared devices. Let's go back. I'm going to choose Classic mode, and this is going to take me to the lobby. Let's go ahead and join this Kahoot as a student. All right, so I'm going to split my screen. On the right side of my screen, you will see me join this Kahoot as a student, and you will see the student view. On the left side of my screen, you will see the teacher view, or what the teacher has displayed to the whole class. So notice that it says to join at www.kahoot.it. Once I arrive at the Kahoot lobby, I have to enter a game pin. I can then go ahead and click enter, and I have to add my nickname and click OK Go. As the teacher, simply click Start to launch the game. Now remember, what I'm displaying on the left side is what will appear on your large screen display for all of your students to see. Notice that they see the question, and then on their personal device, they will just see the answer choices represented by the color and symbol. So let's go ahead and select the answer. And as a student, I can see I got it correct and I get points. On the left side, I can see how many students answered correctly. I can see what the correct answer is, and I can see if any students chose other answer choices. When ready, the teacher would simply click Next up at the top right corner to move to the next question. And again, the student would use their device to select the answer choice they believe is correct. Oops, I got this question wrong. As a student, I can see that I got it wrong. And on the board, notice that we see one student selected the first choice, a rock scientist, but the correct answer was actually a geologist. One thing to note is that students' names do not appear by these answers. As you can see, this is anonymous, but it's a great way for you to scan to see how many students are getting the correct answer, how many students are getting incorrect answers, and what incorrect answers are they choosing. All right, I'm going to continue the quiz to the end so that I can show you what it looks like when you wrap up the quiz. All right, now we've arrived to the very last question of this quiz, and it's actually not a question. It is more information about weathering and erosion. So as a student, I can look at the big screen and watch the video to learn more about this particular area of focus. All right, once the video has finished and we've talked about weathering and erosion, I'm simply going to click Next to wrap up this quiz. The podium appears, and as a student, I can see that I was first place and I got 7 out of 8 questions correct. All right, let's enlarge the teacher view and click Next. I can see as a teacher the difficult questions. I can see that no one got this particular question correct. So maybe this is something that I would want to review with the class before we moved on. Notice that I can also get feedback, play again, or play a new game. In our next video, we're going to take a look at how you can view the full report from the game itself or from your teacher dashboard in Kahoot.